Tak, saya pergi ke nilai spring.
Oh.
Bersukan, bukan bersukan macam bersukan tu, bersukan bersenam lah, bersenam. Okey. Okey. Nampak skrin ya?
Nampak.
Alright, so basically yang tajuk ni saya nak cerita tentang Islamic Fund Management. Okay, Islamic Fund Management ini yang slide daripada Dr. Nur Hunaini lah. Okay. Okay. Oh, saya dah record belum?
Dah.
Alright, kita mula dengan umul kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Alright, so basically today we'll be covering on Islamic fund management. So when we talk at the topic, first is actually fund management. How do you want to manage the fund? Basically, if for example, I'm giving some example first. Let's say you are working with Tabung Haji or Khazanah or any, what I call it, fund management company. Okay, fund management company. What you do is that you collect deposit from, not deposit, you collect pool of money from investors. Then that money will be invested in the stock market or in the sukuk market and so on. So basically what you are trying to do, okay, as a fund management company or a manager of a fund management company, basically you need to manage the money so that it can provide return, okay, to the investors. So that is one part, which is you are managing a pool of fund from investors so that you can actually generate income in terms of profit or capital gain, okay, to the investors. The second keyword here is that Islamic. So you can always do what I call it, manage the fund and then invest in non-Sharia compliant investment. For example, you invest in non-Sharia stocks or non-Sharia bond and so on. And it will actually, even though you say that you are only managing, and then you're investing that money in, and then you get return from this non-Sharia instrument vehicle, you cannot say that you are Islamic, right? So you have to actually make sure that, make sure that whatever investment that you made is actually Sharia compliant, and then whenever you also give back to the investors are also Sharia compliant. So that is actually what we say that Islamic fund management. So the learning outcome will be to understand the concept of mudarabah in Islamic fund management. Okay, this keyword mudarabah, which means that the investor will become the Rabbul Mal, okay, the provider of the, we call it the capital, and then you as the manager or the fund management company will become the entrepreneur, okay, and then investigate the characteristic of existing Islamic funds, okay. Then number 3, to know the development and performance of Sharia compliant, and also then look at investment. Right. So the definition, okay, in terms of fund management, refer to those investment activities wherein a group of investors invest the saving of money in a fund that has a diversified portfolio in order to achieve set financial goals. Right. So I've mentioned before earlier, say that you are pooling, okay, pooling. The idea is pooling the money, okay, from small investors, from retail investors, then you have a big fund, okay, from small fund that will be pooled together, it will become a very large fund, then this fund will be invested. in a diversified manner, right? So specifically, fund management is the pooling of fund collected from a group of investor, small number or unlimited number of investor with the use of legal entity, namely a fund, right? So it will be a legal entity, namely the fund lah. Okay, for example, public mutual ke contoh, okay, ataupun anything. So, and the person or entity that carries out the investment on their behalf is known as fund manager or the fund management company, FMC. Now, to become a fund manager, okay, you need to have a license. Okay, you need to have a license, which is the fund manager license. Okay, this is actually you cannot manage a pool of fund without the license. Okay, so to get the license, you must pass the exam first. Okay, and then you must also work in the industry in the fund management company at least 2 years. Okay, 2 years, and then only you can become a fund managers. Okay, fund managers. Okay. Okay, so the task is very simple for fund manager. Okay, you have the funds, the pool of fund. What you need to do is to invest all the money, okay, into different types of what call it investment vehicles. Now let's look at AO5. AO5 also defined, okay, fund management investment vehicles which are financially independent of the institution that established them. Okay, fund take the form of equal participating shares or unit, okay, which represent the shareholders unit or holders share of the asset and entitlement to profit or losses. Okay, because funds are a form of collective investment that continue to their term, the rights, okay, and duties of participants are defined and restricted to the common interest since they are related to third parties' right. Hence, in case where the fund is managed on the basis of agency, the shareholders or unit holders waive their right to management, redemption or liquidation except in accordance with the limitation and conditions set out in the statute and bylaws. Okay, this is from IO5, Financial Accounting Standard number 14, Investment Funds, okay, Appendix B. Now, the idea is that, okay, if you want to understand better, okay, if you directly buy in the stock market, you will become the shareholders of the company. But here, you are not becoming the shareholders directly to the company. You are buying the shares you need from this fund. Okay, from this fund, and then this fund will buy the shares of the company. So indirectly, you are participating in the market, okay, but not directly as you buying it yourself. Okay, right. So what would be the advantage of doing this? Okay, so why don't you actually go and buy directly in the market? So basically, because it's lower risk. Because lower risk, when you know that the market is actually moving. Okay, uh, in terms of because of the market sentiment, because of the risk that we cannot diversify. So basically, if you want to diversify the company risk or the alpha risk, basically you need to buy a lot of stocks. But as an individual retailer, it is quite impossible for you to reduce to buy all stocks or maybe 20 stock in your portfolio. So you are unable to reduce the risk to the minimum. But the fund management company or the fund, the big fund, they can actually reduce the risk by buying a stock that and then try to minimize the company risk. Okay, they will try to minimize the company risk, but at the same time, okay, maximize the return. So it's actually having a lower risk if you buy what I call it from unit trust and so on. Okay, because you have the element of diversification. Okay, you have the element of diversification. This is done by the fund managers. Okay, then the money is actually being conducted, being managed by professional management or the professional managers. Okay, because you know, as I mentioned before, that a fund manager will need to get a license, okay, before they become a fund manager. So this license is not easy to take, and also they need to have a certain requirement or knowledge that they have to have prior to become a fund management. Even the fund management company also need to have a license. So here in this case, there are two aspects here. The first one is the fund management company must obtain the license, and then the fund managers also have to take the license. So they will have to have they will have to abide to certain rules and regulation which have been set out, okay, for the fund management company. So so basically they are being monitored, okay, monitored consistently, and that's why we can actually say that they are professionally managed. And then the fourth one is because of liquidity, okay. If you invest, okay, in, for example, like fund management companies, it is more liquid as compared to when you invest in a property, okay. If you want to sell a property, for example, it might take you 6 to 1 year for you to be able to sell the property. That is if you get lucky lah, okay. But sometimes some what call it property cannot be sold, okay, could not be sold for quite a number of years because of the economic uncertainties, or maybe that time at that particular time that location is not very good for investment and so on, right? And then also the ease of transaction. So basically, even though it is quite a bit hassle as compared to stock, because stock nowadays you can buy and sell with just with your handphone, but relatively it's still easy to what you call it, to buy and sell your unit trust or your ASB and so on. And then it is because of the economic of scale. So basically, if you have a small amount of money, you want to buy that particular stock, then you don't have the economy of scale. But if that money has been pooled together to become a very large amount, then it can become an economy of scale. So maybe you can get a better price when the FMC deal directly with the company. All right. Now, looking at the Islamic Investment Fund, the relationship with the parties are basically mudarabah contract and also wakalah contract. So mudarabah contract basically is actually you are becoming the if your investors are becoming the capital provider, and their fund management company will become the entrepreneur. Wakala contract is actually saying that you are using the contract is using the agent and principal relationship, whereby the managers are becoming the wakil or the agent for the principal, which are the investors. All right, so now let's look at Islamic fund versus conventional funds. Now, the Islamic fund, okay, what would be the key differences? Okay, when we look at the investable universe, so basically it is clearly, okay, clear cut that you need to invest in investment that are Sharia compliant only. Okay, you can't actually invest in alcohol beverages, or maybe gambling, or maybe insurance, or banks, conventional bank, and so on. So that rules are normally applied to any investment. So basically, there are four major things that you would like to avoid. The first thing is the prohibition of riba, prohibition of gharar, prohibition of maisir, and also prohibition of selling we'll call it the haram products, right? For example, khinzir, okay, khinzir lah, okay, and khamru, and so on. All right, and then the key differences between that, basically, one is Sharia and the other one is non-Sharia, and the major differences is because of that four particular items, okay, that I mentioned before. Okay, riba, gharar, maisir, and also selling prohibited products, okay, which has been what call it haram, okay, by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, whether in the Quran or maybe in the Hadith. All right, and then we have these Sharia advisors. Sharia advisors play an important role in the FMC, which actually promoting the Islamic we call it investment. Okay, the Sharia advisor's role is actually to look matters relating to whether there are discrepancies or not, whether to approve okay a certain investment, okay, and so on. And then also we look at the fee structure. Okay, the fee structure also very important here. Now is in terms of the fee structure, you might see that there might not be such a big difference, okay, between the Islamic or the conventional fund. However, there might be a certain contract that need to be used, whether it is actually based on wakalah or whether it's based on premium. So this is the thing that the Sharia advisors will actually see, okay, whether you can use wakalah fees or whether you can use a premium fee. Okay, all right. And then also looking at the purification factor. How do you want to purify certain aspect of the investment if there is something that which is not Sharia, okay, in the investment? All right, now parties involved in the Islamic fund management. Okay, what are the parties involved in the I call it Islamic fund management? So basically, we have this pre, which is the IPO. I think we can say the IPO of the fund management, and then also we have the business units, the Sharia advisors, regulators, and the compliance officer or the internal audit. So for the initial approve or structure, transaction features, documentation, brochures, marketing materials, okay, all must be approved by the Sharia advisors. This must come from the business unit. They will ask the Sharia advisors to see whether these are all can be approved or not. Okay, and then post, okay, after the instrument has been marketed in the what I call it market, so then you need to have to look at whether the choice of underlying instrument, execution of documentation and transaction, portfolio changes, variation, and so declaration and also reporting. So this is also must be reported to the Sharia advisors, and also the compliance officer or the internal audit also will have to look into the matter whether we have comply or not with the Sharia aspect of the fund. And also this Sharia advisor will need to be report. Okay, they need to report to the regulator, which is the Sharia Advisory Council in the Securities Commission. All right, now let's look at the parties here. Okay, the parties, we have the fund managers, the fund administrator, compliance officers, distributor, legal unit, accounting unit, trustee, and also custodians. Okay, so custodian can become trustee also in terms of the parties. All right, so sorry, this one, trustees. Okay, and these are all the parties that need to be involved, okay, in terms of the Sharia fund management. Now let's look at the classification of funds. Okay, so we have the open-ended, closed-ended fund. This one. Then we have the equity fund, commodity fund, money market fund, sukuk fund, ETF, private and equity and venture capital fund, REITs. Okay, this is REITs. Okay, balance fund, index fund, mixed fund, and so on. Okay, index fund is more aggressive, okay, if you compare to the what I call it, the sukuk fund. Okay, index fund are more aggressive compared to sukuk fund. Sukuk fund is actually like a conservative, okay, investment. So the return is low as compared to the index fund. So index fund are more aggressive. So this example, okay, example that I have shown to you. I have shown to you the Rais. I think Rais ada tak saya show, guys? kat ayat Rais. I'm going to send you, I think I not send you. Rais, okay, this is example of robo advisor, okay? Robo advisor. Hmm. Okay. Okay, you can see, okay, I'm going to open it here also. All right. Do you get the what call it, the message?
Yes.
Okay, that is Rais. Okay, Rais, this is a very what call it small investment what call it not small investment, but it is a platform, investment platform for small investor. Okay, for small investor. Now I'm going to show you this is my Rais. Okay, now I have the value of the investment that I have made. Okay, 264 ringgit and 56 cent. Okay, that is not much because where do this investment come from? This come from my shopping. Okay, every time I shop, okay, I do shopping. Okay, let's say the price is 10 ringgit and 50 cent. That 50 cent, okay, because of they will round up, okay, the shopping to become 11 ringgit. So another 50 cent will be invested in this, okay, in this what I call it platform. Okay, so every time I shop, okay, all of it will be round up and then will be invested here. Understand?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. So, and then you look, I choose my portfolio as aggressive. Okay. I choose my portfolio as aggressive, which means that I investing in the stock market. But I do not go and buy and sell, okay, my directly, okay. I do not buy directly, okay. Only the fund manager will do it, right? But this one, it is not being done conducted by fund manager, but it is done by a robo, okay, robo advisor. Okay, so robot will be doing and investing my fund. Okay, so for example, so if you look at the return here, I have made 1.99%. Okay, 1.99%. So untunglah RM4.90. Faham tak?
Sikit yang untung.
Sikit lah untung, tapi dia ada rugi juga. Okay, ada time dia rugi, ada time dia untung. So basically memang sikit lah RM4.90, tapi this because your investment is my investment is very low. Okay, dapat 2%. Dah macam kalau yang ni saya rasa dalam berapa lama saya tak ingat. Sekejap, sebab saya bukan invest regularly. Okay, saya invest bila ada shopping. Shopping je dia masuk. Shopping je dia masuk. Okay, so basically memang tak banyak lah. Bukan investment lah. Ini maksudnya you while you shopping, you do your investment also. So tak banyak lah dia punya untung, baru RM5. Okay, kalau ikutkan, okay, hold on ya. I'm going to check. This has been done from bila? Okay. This one has been done since uh, oh, dah naik dah. Okay, sekarang ni okay, sekarang ni saya tunjuk RM7. Okay, RM7. Okay. Ni saya hantar satu lagi. Now it is RM7. Ya, so dalam masa sekejap je dia naik. Kan, dalam masa 2-3 hari je. Okey, saya hantar minggu lepas. Okey, 1 minggu. So dia dah naik jadi. Okey, dapat tak?
Dapat Doktor.
Okey. Okey, 265.43 saya save dulu. Okey, saya buka. Okey. 265.43. Change in value RM7.87. 5.71. Okay, 5.71%. So 5%, tapi saya tak ingat lah ni start bila ni, daripada yang bawah ni kan naik. Yang ni mungkin saya ada tambah sikit kan, saya ada tambah sikit pelaburan sebab dia tak naik macam biasa. Okay, saya tambah sikit mungkin RM10 ke RM20 ke kan, lepas tu dia naik. Sekarang ni total investment 265.43 berbanding yang saya share yang sebelum ni, yang saya share sebelum ni, saya buka balik. 264.56. Okey. Dia dah naik. Okey, dia dah naik. Okey, dia dah naik. Okay. So, even though you are shopping, okay, you still investing, right? So this is robo advisor Rais. Okay, Rais. Okay, ini saya buat dia punya. Saya rasa yang ni nanti kalau you nak buka pun boleh je, senang je nak buka account dia. Alright, so this is robo advisor Rais. So basically, okay, the idea is that this fund is not managed by me. Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay, so basically that is the fund management company lah, seperti FMC. Dan dia pula tak ada fund managers, if I'm not mistaken lah. If I'm not mistaken, dia pakai robo advisor. So basically robot yang tolong investkan. Okay, robot yang tolong investkan. Dan dulu tak saya dia negatif pun ada, naik dia negatif. Tapi dia negatif dia tak ada banyak lah. So sekarang ni value dia dah naik sikit. So kalau you contohnya kalau you invest macam ni pun sama jugalah, sikit. Lama-lama jadi bukit lah. Okay. Contohnya sikit tu, contoh you invest sebulan, let's say one month, every month you invest 2,000. So in this particular, what you call it, if you have consistently invest, okay, it become like this lah. Okay, kan ni. Okay, dia akan naik ya, naik. Kalau you invest consistently. Okay, so mungkin yang ini mungkin dah jadi 40,000 ke dan sebagainya kalau you invest, consistently invest. So it is faster, okay, contohnya, kalau contohnya ini 5% kan, faster than saving. Okay, saving 1% kan, so ini 5%. So dia punya compounding tu akan faster. Okay, compounding dia akan lebih cepat. Okay. Alright, now we go back to the. Alright, so this is Islamic Real Estate Investment Trust. Ini contoh sama jugalah. Okay, you tak beli, you did not buy the property, but you invest in the company yang beli property tersebut. So ini Islamic REITs, okay. So basically, if I want to explain it to you, you are the unit holder who invest. Can what you need is actually you will get a dividend. Okay. So in term of dividends ni, yang REITs ni kan ada 5 sekarang dekat bursa ada 5 kan. Ingat tak apa? Cuba ingat balik apa dia. KLCC, paling senang kali kena ingat KLCC. KLCC, Al-Aka, Al-Asrid, lagi X-REIT dan juga M-REIT. Okay, M-REIT. M-REIT tu yang terbaru lah. M-REIT ni terbaru di Johor lah. Dia banyak properti dia adalah properti kilang-kilang kecil. Okay, kilang-kilang small factories ni. Dia bukannya factory yang besar tu tau, tapi small factories. Right? So, Islamic REITs ni, we invest in the Islamic REIT and then the company akan the manager ni dia akan invest. Okay, the property manager dia akan invest dalam property, dapat rental daripada property, yang net property income ni itulah yang diberikannya dividen. Okay, alright. So this is purification, different approach on purification. Purification ni maksudnya macam mana kita nak mencuci harta tersebut. Okay, contoh company percentage of tainted activities. Okay, tainted activities vis-a-vis total income. Kan kita ada certain company tu kadang-kadang ada pula dia income daripada interest. So macam mana? Kalau individual based on number of shares holding. Okay, shareholding dia. So company dia tengok percentage. Okay, percentage of tainted activities. Okay, vis-a-vis with total income. Kalau individu based of numbers of shareholding lah. Okay, alright. So purification in the case of a company. Okay, in the case of company, example involved in riba based loan. Okay, riba based loan, purification of the profit arising of the money obtained through such a loan is done as follow. Contoh, okay, dia tapi company pula dia bagi pinjam dengan conventional pula kan. Contohlah total amount of riba based loan of the company is divided over the company total asset. Okay, so yang ni dia pakai ratio. Okay, ratio. Dan dia okay, so ini pakai ratio. So RB riba base Allah. Okay, loans divide by total asset. So the result is then multiplied over the net dividend received by the fund. Okay, kali dividend. Okay. So the result will be a total net dividend received by fund arising out of riba base. So basically nanti dia akan dapat berapakah riba base yang daripada dividen ni. Okay. So the amount would be divided into two as the dividend arises out of capital and labor. Okay. So the portion arising out of the capital must be channeled to charity because the capital was obtained from a non-Sharia compliant source, while the portion arising out of the labor is allowed to be kept because the business activities are permissible. Purification of profit from riba-based loan should not be carried out when the companies are not paying any dividend. Okay. For short-term riba-based loan, purification shall be carried out in accordance with the tenure of the loan over the financial period. So basically kita ambil berapa riba-based loan kita ni, bahagi total asset. Okay, so you dah nampak lah berapa persen. Yeah, okay, compare to your total asset. Okay, kali dengan dividen. Okay, so tapi sekarang ni dividen ni pula, dia kena tengok sama ada if from capital or from labor. Okay. Okay. So the amount will be divided into two as the dividend arises out of capital and labor. So yang ni pula kena you dah dapat dah berapa kan? Okay, dia dapatkan contohnya X. Lepas tu kena bahagi pula 2. Okay. So X bagi 2. Sebab apa? Satu capital, satu labor. Labor, okay, satu capital, satu labor. Labor is okay, boleh. Kalau capital, not okay. So, channel to charity. Okay. So, this is from my understanding. And also, I think you can understand this. Boleh tak faham?
Boleh doktor.
Okay, tapi yang ni bukannya equation yang sama. Ini maksudnya dapatkan X dulu. Okay, sorry lah saya kena. Okay, dapatkan X dulu. Ini X dia. Lepas tu X baru bagi 2. Okay. So, pergi ke sini. Okay. And then in the case of non-permissible income, purification must be carried out on the total income regardless of the source of income, whether company has gained profit or whether dividend has been distributed. In the case where actual amount of non-permissible income cannot be obtained, such amount shall be estimated. Purification in this scenario shall be carried out by dividing the total non-permissible income over the total shares of the company and multiplied by the average number of shares owned by the fund during the period. So the purification amount would be then prorated according to the period of holding. Investors are notified of their pro rata purification amount on the annual basis. So the fund does not distribute purification amount itself, leaving that decision to the investor. So kalau kat sini, dia kena investor yang kena buat sendiri. Okay. Alright. Okay. So yang ini adalah untuk fund management company. Right. So sekarang ni saya last kali topik untuk kita ialah tentang forex dan juga Bitcoin dan sebagainya. So untuk forex dan Bitcoin, okay. Kalau kita buka macam contohnya trading. Kenapa tu? Pergi mana tu? Pergi mana? Okay. Hello.
Okay doktor.
Okay.
Hello.
So forex dan juga saya nak cerita tentang, kita dah tengok derivative, kita dah tengok bond, kita dah tengok unit trust, iaitu fund management company, kita dah tengok. Sekarang ni saya nak tunjuk tentang forex dan juga crypto. Forex dan crypto. Okay. So forex, isu kalau forex forex ni kita we want to example lah, we want to do for import and export. Okay, we want to go for futures, salam ke, forward salam ke, atau apa-apalah. Ataupun we want to buy, we want to go shopping, kan. We want to go to, for example, to Mecca, okay. We have to buy the Saudi Riyal, okay, and then we have to sell our ringgit Malaysia. So that is foreign exchange, currency exchange. Now, the idea of the currency exchange is okay, as long it follows certain regulation. Okay, certain regulation that is found in the hadith. Okay, when you want to exchange between gold, silver, and also food. Okay, commodities. Okay, salt, dates, wheat, and also apa lagi satu, ada 4. Okay, gandum, garam, kurma, barley, right? And also it also even though there are mentioned only 4, but it's also reflected to all other food related products such as beras dan sebagainya. Okay. Alright, now in exchanging, for example, gold, silver and silver, it can be exchanged. Okay, it can be exchanged, for example, right? So, but okay, when there is a very not good sound coming from your side. Kenapa ya? Minggu lepas pun sama ni. Okay, so basically you have like when you want to exchange gold and gold, silver with silver, right? You have to do it in equal, okay, weight, okay, because gold we have to measure by weight, and also it must be exchanged hand to hand, which is instantaneously on the spot. So then it will be okay, right? But if you have the element of delay, okay, in terms of the exchange, then it become riba nasiah. And when you have what I call it, the unequal weight, okay, unequal quantity, it will become riba al-fadl, okay, riba al-fadl. Now, when we talk about this foreign exchange, okay, when we talk about this foreign exchange, there is what I call it, we can say that there are so many platforms, okay, online platform, for example, that actually offer foreign exchange trading, okay, facility. Okay, nevertheless, whether this foreign exchange, okay, platform, forex platform, actually provide Islamic compliance, okay, platform. Itu je isu dia. Okay, if you want to invest in forex, as long as it is Sharia compliant, mafi muskilah, you can go ahead. But tu, it's quite difficult. I think none of the forex platform, especially the online forex platform, is Sharia compliance. Okay, they don't offer the Sharia compliant forex. Okay, so what you do right now is actually you can actually exchange currency. Okay, but you have to go to the money changer. Okay, money changer. Then one is clear cut. Okay, you exchange on that particular time. Okay, with another currency. So when you exchange with another currency, for example, I'm using gold and silver. If you exchange gold and silver, you can do it not equal weight or not equal quantity. Okay, but the condition of instantaneously on the spot is still remain, okay, must be adhered to, right? So here, what we can actually say that going to the money changer, there's no problem because the transaction occurs on the spot, and also there is no exchange of dollar with dollar, but with the different quantity. For example, you exchange $10 with $11, so that is riba al-fad. Okay, and then there is no riba al-nasiyah because there is no delay in the exchange. Okay, that one clear cut. Okay. Now, for the online platform, they also mentioned that, okay, we already exchanged instantaneously, right? Okay, correct. You have to do the exchange instantaneously, right? So, which actually make that you have already, what call it, adhere to the on the spot exchange. Okay, yes. And also you exchange between ringgit and also US dollar, okay, which has not to be the same. Okay, so you don't have to be it's okay for you to exchange, for example, 4 ringgit with $1. Okay, so that one is okay. However, okay, many of this platform exchange, okay, platform on a forex platform do not really have that currency. They don't have their currency. Okay, so what you are buying, you don't buy anything. Okay, you are actually use the term of contract for difference, CFD. Okay, contract for differences, which means that you only, the broker will only pay the differences, okay, for the forex or then that is why it is not the scholars, okay, does not agree or does not prove given a green light to the forex platform, right? So that is one thing, okay, one thing. But why do we need to understand about forex? Because we have already learned, okay, about stocks. Okay, we can buy stock from international. We also learn about buy a salam for forward, okay, for derivative options and so on, right? So basically, we have to deal with foreign exchange, okay. Now, so the foreign exchange also, okay, forex, and basically, if you want to understand, okay, why do the forex actually move up and down, They also have to do with our interest rate, okay, of the country, and also the inflation rate of the country compared to the interest rate of the foreign country and interest rate, inflation rate of the foreign country. So that is actually one of the element of how they calculate the exchange rate for a particular pair. All right. So that is in terms of macro. But if we are looking at the demand and supply side, yes, we also looking at that. So whenever the currencies of the other country has been demanded very high, normally the exchange rate of that particular country will also increase. But this is actually related to the interest rate, okay, interest rate, whereby when a country have a higher interest rate, basically, okay, investors will move their fund to that particular country, and that's why their currency are being demanded. Okay, all right. So this is forex. Any question about forex? There's so many
No,
forex ni
Doctor.
banyak. Tak ada tu faham ke tak? Okay, nampak forex. Forex ni ada banyak, dia ada macam-macam, ada banyak negara kan. So yang paling ni ialah you boleh tengok Euro, USD, GBP, USD. You boleh tengok juga Malaysia. Okay, Malaysia, USD. Okay, Malaysia, USD. MYR. Okay, USD. Ini yang selalu kita tengok kan. Dan selalu kita komen dalam TV dan sebagainya kan. Tentang pergerakan. Pergerakan ringgit. Okay, pergerakan ringgit. Okay, lagi satu. Forex ni dia ada dua side, okay? Dia ada dua side. Satu you tengok Malaysia USD. You boleh tengok juga terbalik USD Malaysia ringgit. So saya buka Malaysia USD. Okay, kalau kita buka Malaysia USD, okay, maksudnya berapa ringgit, okay, untuk kita, okay, ini nampak ni. Berapakah seringgit kita boleh beli US dollar? So ni Malaysia USD. Kalau you terbalikkan, okay, saya buka yang terbalik. Saya, saya boleh buka dua carta sekejap. Kat sini boleh tak? Layout, okay. Kan? Okay. Okay, tak boleh pula. Sebab saya pakai yang free. Okay, jadi kalau saya buka USD ke Malaysia Ringgit. Ini selalu kita tengok. Berapakah, okay, RM1, berapakah $1 boleh beli ringgit? Sebenarnya maksudnya, berapakah ringgit yang kita perlukan untuk beli dapat $1? Okay, yang untuk kita dapat $1. So sekarang ni ringgit dah mengukuh. Okay, ringgit dah mengukur, nampak saya ada komen dulu. So sekarang ni ringgit sekarang ni berada dalam line trend macam ni. So kalau dia dapat turun, maka ialah satu petunjuk yang baik bagi ringgit. Okay, so sekarang ni kita tengok dia ada pengukuhan. Dia RM4.31. Okay, RM4.31. Ringgit dah jatuh. Bukan ringgit dah jatuh, US dollar dah jatuh. Okay, kita mengukur. Tapi kita kena kukur balik macam masa bila? Macam dulu lah ni kan, RM4 kan, $1 dapat. RM4 boleh dapat $1. Masa saya belajar dulu, $1 baru RM2.5. Okay, $1 baru RM2.5 tahun 98, 97, 96 kan. $1 baru RM2.5. So, taklah mahal sangat. Okay, taklah mahal sangat. Tak dapat tunjuk kan. Dia dah tahun ni. Okay, ni 90, nampak ni. RM2.50. Ni saya belajar dululah. Okay, RM2.50. Lepas tu currency crisis naik sampai RM4 lebih ni. Okey. Lepas tu kita pack pada RM3.8. Okey, lepas tu turun balik kan RM3.10, RM2.9 ni dah cantik dah masa ni. RM2.9. Okey, tapi lepas tu naik balik. Okey, naik balik. So sekarang ni RM4. Okey. So kenapa RM4 tu maksudnya kita kalau dulu RM2, okey, kita boleh beli dapat $1. Sekarang ni RM4 baru dapat $1. Okey. Faham tak? Kita macam dah US macam kaya 2 kali dah macam tu. Okay, US macam kaya 2 kali. Dengan dolar dia tu dia dah boleh beli 2 kita. Dulu RM2.5, sekarang 4 kan. So dah beli 1 kali ganda di Malaysia. Kalau orang Amerika datang Malaysia, maka dia dapat ni lah. Okay. Dapat yang lebih lah. Beli lebih lah. Okay, banding kalau dia dalam negara dia. Okay. Faham So sekarang ni nak trade Forex belum boleh lagi. Kena tunggu macam mana cara dia untuk menjadikan dia halal. Syariah compliant. So dia kena ada syariah advisor. Okey, dia kena ada syariah advisor. Okey, itu untuk Forex. Okey, itu untuk Forex dan saya telah ceritakan tentang ringgit Malaysia. Dan sekarang ni saya nak tunjukkan pula tentang Bitcoin. Okey. Kalau saya buka investment.com saya nak dapat senarai Bitcoin semua tu kan. Sebab kalau dekat sini saya boleh buka tak? Bitcoin Index. Okay, ni Bitcoin Index. Okay, kalau Bitcoin, kita dulu kita tengok. Dia punya, dulu-dulu kita boleh dapat senarai semua. Ada dekat 10,000 tau. Bitcoin ni saja ada dekat 10,000 dulu. Masa mula-mula dulu tahun 2020 tu kan. Dekat 10,000. So sekarang ni Bitcoin pada 21,000 dolar. Okay. Dan tadi saya share kepada student, okay, saya tak share kat you saya share kat you lah. Saya beli Bitcoin. Sekejap. Ni saya beli Bitcoin. Dapat?
Dapat Doktor.
Okey. Orang cakap kenapa beli Bitcoin? Bukankah dia sekarang ni tengah downtrend? Memang betul dia downtrend. Ni tengok Kita tengok. Nampak tak apa yang saya tunjuk ni? Nampak ke?
Nampak.
Okay. You tengok Bitcoin tengah downtrend. Okey, yang ini daripada 70,000 turun ke bawah sampai 21,000. Okey, dulu dia harga $3,000 satu Bitcoin. Kan lepas tu dia hover around dekat sini 7,000 kan, 10,000. Lepas tu dia shoot. Okey, sampailah ke $70,000. Lepas tu dia shoot balik ke bawah. Okey, iaitu sampailah kepada $35,000, iaitu pengurangan sebanyak 50% siapa beli kat 70,000 ni, turun bawah ni dah 50% rugi kan. Tapi dia naik balik sampai 70,000. Okey. Yang ni dia naik. Okey. Dalam 70,000. Okey. Lepas tu dia turun sampai 20. Okey, 17,000 lah. 17,000 lepas tu dia naik. Dan tadi saya beli. Okey, saya beli kan. Saya beli, you tengok dekat situ berapa saya beli. RM99 kan. Hello. Ada ke? Orangnya ada ke ni?
Ada Doktor.
Okay, yang ni ialah, okay, kenapa saya beli? Okay, kenapa saya beli? So, kan downtrend kan? Betul? Okay. Saya ambil yang daily, 1 day. Okay, kan downtrend. Okay. Downtrend kan ke tahun pada atas
Yang
ni
mana doktor cakap 99?
RM99. RM99 je saya beli. So maksudnya tak sampai pun 1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin harganya dekat 60,000. Okay. 1 Bitcoin harganya lebih kurang 60,000 kot. Sorry, sekarang ni 90,000. Okay, sekarang 1 Bitcoin 90,000. Tapi saya beli RM99 je. Sebab saya nak bagi contoh kat student. Lepas tu saya tak minat sangat Bitcoin ni. Cuma untuk contoh lah. Okay, kalau you tengok yang ni adalah Bitcoin lah. Okay, harga Bitcoin turun naik. Nampak kan? Okay, saya pakai line lah bagi nampak. Nampak kan? Dia dah
Nampak.
sampai ni, lepas tu turun bawah kan? Nampak kalau kita buat ni, line ni. Okay, dia memang tengah. Okay, dia tengah turun lah. Tapi dia dah turun dah habis kat sini. Lepas tu, okay, kalau kita pakai indikator, saya nak pakai moving average. Okay, saya ambil moving average 200. Saya nak letak moving average 200. Okay, moving average 200 maksudnya ini saya tukar dulu Saya tukar dulu. Moving average saya nak ambil 200. Okay. Okay. Ini 200. Okay. Lepas tu saya nak tukar MA ni warna merah lah. Okay. Smoothing line ni okay. Okay, warna merah je cukup. Okay. Alright. So you tengok masa time dia naik kan, dia naik ni, dia harga akan berada di atas MA 200, betul? MA 200 ni adalah purata harga 200 hari. So dia naik je kan. Lepas tu yang ni dia turun. So dia turun. Lepas tu yang ni dia ada naik kan. Okay. Tapi bab katanya kalau yang ni satu, okay, yang ni okay, dia turun. Dia turun. Lepas tu dia cuba nak keluar daripada MA 200, tak dapat. Turun balik. Turun. Tiba-tiba okay, dia ke atas ni. So kalau dia ke atas, selalunya dia boleh naik. Okay, selalunya dia boleh naik. Jadi saya belilah. Okay, tapi saya beli RM100 je sebab saya tak nak. Kalau saya rugi pun RM100 je rugi. Kan? Jadi saya beli simpan je lah. Kalau dia naik contohnya, sampailah kepada harga sebelumnya 70,000, okay, sini RM100 tu dia adalah dia punya untung dia berapa. Okay, saya beli. Kalau saya beli dan dia naik sampai ke situ. So dia naik sebanyak 217%. So daripada 100 saya tu dapatlah kali dengan 217%. Faham? Okay, dapat 200. Dapatlah ekstra RM200. Okey lah, tapi tak adalah banyak. Tapi okey lah kan, RM200. You tak payah buka pun, tak payah cek carta ke tidak. Kalau you beli banyak, you selalunya akan nak cek lagi lah, takutlah kan apa jadi kat investment ni. Yalah, sebab you letak 1 juta. Kan? 1 juta, kalau tiba-tiba jatuh, sakit lah kan. Tapi kita tak tahu lagi sama ada dia akan continue, dia punya naik, okay, ataupun dia naik sekejap, dia turun balik, lepas tu baru dia naik. Selalunya dia akan buat macam tu lah. Okay, dia akan naik, dia akan break, okay, lepas tu dia turun balik, lepas tu baru dia naik lah. Mungkin dia naik tu pun Dia bukan naik straight macam tu Dia bukan naik straight macam tu, tapi dia bukan akan naik. Tapi apa dia punya kesimpulan je, okay, untuk Bitcoin ke, dia ada banyak kalau kita buka crypto ni. Dia ada banyak untuk Bitcoin ke apa ke, don't to memang benda-benda yang satu benda baru, tapi kalau you nak invest kat dia, because dia ni high risk kan, so don't invest too much lah dalam you punya Bitcoin. Okay, mungkin dia satu hari nanti mungkin orang akan semua pakai Bitcoin je kan, so kita tak tahu, tapi bila tu tak tahulah. So kalau nak invest pun invest lah dengan yang you mampu hilang lah, maksudnya kalau saya mampu hilang RM100 tu, saya tak apa. Maksudnya saya mampu hilang RM100 tu. Sebab apa? Banyak juga kes-kes Bitcoin. Contoh, FTX yang baru. Tahu tak FTX?
Tak tahu.
FTX ni. Okay, FTX. Okay, dia daripada harga dia bernilai langsung terus jadi kosong dalam masa satu hari. So maksudnya boleh jadi kosong tau you punya Bitcoin ni. So berapa you sanggup hilang? Ya, saya buka. Okay, kalau tengok kripto saya buka kripto ni nampak ni. Ini adalah kripto yang ada 886. 886 page. Kali 10. Okay, dulu 10,000 Okay, you nampak ni. Bitcoin lah, Ethereum lah, Tether lah, BNB lah, US Coin lah, SRP lah, Binance lah, Cardona, 8,886. Yang paling mahalnya ialah BTC ni, Bitcoin. Yang saya beli tu. Okay, saya pakai apa? Luno. Okay, Luno. Luno Malaysia. Okay, ni. Yang ini. Okay, kita bila kita beli Bitcoin, okay, dia akan charge kita. Saya buka dulu Saya punya ni, Luno ni saya tak ingat ni kok. Ayo. Please use password recovery to set password for. Apa ni? Tak faham. Okay, sign in. Ke saya pakai lain, email lain. Apa bunyi ni? Sekejap Let's create a new password. Ayo, kejap. Sebelum saya set, saya tengok dulu dekat handphone. Password lain pula. Okay, Labo apps, Luno. Okay, saya rasa ni okay, sekejap. Ayo, kena selfie pula. Complete the 2 simple action in under 20 seconds. Okay, that complete these 2 simple action. Record a selfie video so that we know it's really you. Ayo. Boleh ke ni? Allow camera and microphone access. Ya, allow. Camera not working. Okay lah, tak apalah. Ini tak apalah. So maksudnya Luno lah ini, Luno. Luno ni yang boleh. Okay, yang boleh you pakai untuk beli. Sebabnya dia telah diluluskan oleh SC lah. Diluluskan oleh SC. Okay, diluluskan oleh Securities Commission untuk Malaysia lah, Malaysia. So Luno boleh Okay, so Luno saya dah beli dan sekarang ni saya baru je beli tadi. Okay. apa ni, saya punya Bitcoin tu. Okay, saya punya Bitcoin tu. So saya beli tadi, dia punya trading fee dia ialah negatif 0.0000005 Bitcoin. Tadi saya beli pada 90,532. So sekarang Bitcoin dah jatuh 9312. So 200 lah ringgit dia dah jatuh. Nampak tu. Very volatile kan. Saya beli 90,532. Sekarang ni 90,312. So dia very volatile. Okay, dia punya harga tu very volatile. Sebab tu you kena letak berapa yang you sanggup letak je. You sanggup rugi je. Okay. Dan dia pula ada banyak sangat Bitcoin ni. Nampak? Sampai ada 886. Okay, tapi yang paling ni ialah Bitcoin lah. Alright. Okay. Faham tak apa yang saya cerita ni?
Faham, Doktor.
Okay. Alright. So kalau you nak invest kat Bitcoin, boleh. Tapi invest dekat Luno. Luno ataupun ada 2-3 platform lagi lah yang memang Securities Commission luluskan. Sebab apa kalau you invest yang kat luar tu, you tak tahu sama ada dia tu betul ke tak. Okay. Dia tu betul-betul ada Bitcoin ke tak, tu masalahnya. Kadang-kadang dia CFD, Contract for Difference. Okay. So ada soalan tak untuk ni topik yang ini?
Doktor, FTX tu nama saham baru ke?